Hello everyone and welcome to our last day of Mega Gardevoir EX. I know last week I mentioned that I was considering removing the videos of Friday, the TCG Friday videos, but honestly a lot of people told me they really enjoyed them, that they were here because of the TCG videos and everything like that. So I figured there's no need to change what's working. I mean, the Friday videos definitely get like only a third of the amount of views that the Mondays videos get, but this has been going on since the start of the channel. The whole point of using a deck throughout the whole week is to showcase the deck more, and you really can't expect every single person to watch all of your videos. So for those of you who do watch all of them, I'm gonna keep the schedule as is. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, English TCG videos, Tuesday and Thursday, Spanish TCG videos, and then for the video game, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Spanish VGC videos, and Tuesday and Thursday, English VGC videos. I think that has worked. I think that's the formula that allowed so much growth to the channel so early on. And wow, this hand. Okay. So I'm gonna stick to that for the time being. So my opponent is using Judge, Floatstone. I didn't see what type of deck he was using, but it could potentially be Trevenant. Our starting hand, yeah, it definitely feels like Trevenant. And our starting hand might make us lose on turn 1. But if this is actually a Trevenant deck, he's mulliganing a lot. And we could potentially, if our second Shaymin is not priced, we could go with the 2 Shaymin strategies, but we don't have double colorless energy. So that's the only reason that we cannot pull that off. So never mind. Actually, never mind. That's definitely not viable because I don't have double colorless energy. Otherwise, you can just cycle through the Shaymins 30, 30, 30, 30 each turn and win that way. Because Trevenant maxes out on its damage output at 80 with the Muscle Band. So it would never be able to 1-hit KO a Shaymin, so as long as you attack and recover, attack and recover, attack and recover, that infinite loop of Shaymin is pretty much invincible against Trevenant deck. So that's something for you to consider. If you're facing against a Trevenant deck and you are running DCEs, you can actually just do that, because even if they're running Gengar or even Wowfed or whatever, as long as your Shaymins don't have previous damage on them, you should be pretty good. And now my opponent has actually taken over 2 minutes to set up between the mulligans, the flipping the coin, and now choosing his active Pokemon. What is going on? Jeez. Play a little faster, man. Now, almost 3. Wow. What? What is this? Just look at my hand, guys. What the heck is this? Okay. I whatever. I'm gonna get a Xerneas here. I'm gonna attach an energy to Shaymin. Now, what have I learned? That I can absolutely never ever discard energy against Trevenant. So my other basic will be Spritzy. And I have no more Ultra Balls. So I'm gonna have to draw a Gardevoir by hand. Which I do not get, and I get 3 energy and a Sycamore. Oh boy. So I'm gonna grab the Fairy Garden, so at least I have free retreat next turn. And I'm gonna play the Verse Seeker, just in case he gets the turn 1 Trevenant. Now the best case scenario would be to top deck a Gardevoir, but I really don't think that's likely. Maybe retreating would have been wiser because he might play a Team Flare Grunt, which would ruin us for sure. Oh boy. It's gonna be a rough game. It's like, we can see how Trevenant is a really tough matchup, and then you give me all 4 Ultra Ball in my starting hand, and you know you're in for a rough ride in this game. But we've come out of top, out of worse situations, I guess. So not all hope is lost, I guess. There's a Phantom. There's an Escape Rope. I'm not gonna complain about that. He can't Wallies, he can't do anything, so he sacrificed the 3 damage counters. Oh, he actually can Ascension turn 1, so never mind. Never mind. That's actually a pretty good play for my opponent. I guess he would have preferred a switch, but that's okay. He's gonna Ascension turn 1. That Ascension reminds me of my old Banette EX deck I used to get top 32 in 2007 Worlds. And there's a turn 1 Trevenant. Now I wonder what his last card in hand is. Probably a Sycamore. Like, based on my experience, it's gonna be a Sycamore. At least looks like he's gonna be delayed a bit in attacking. And we need another Heads here. And we need to see a Gardevoir to get ourselves in this game. There's the Heads. There's a Mega Gardevoir. And that's it. Oh boy. I'm gonna bench... I guess not. Yeah, I'll bench the other Spritzy. And now we're completely stuck here. We are absolutely, utterly, completely stuck here. I'm gonna power the Spritzy and the other Xerneas. But looks like we're definitely 100% out of luck here. 100% out of luck. Yeah, I don't know what to say to you guys. 4 item cards we drew that are useless, or 3 in a stadium. We got another Xerneas, we got a Mega. Halfway through our deck, we have no Ultra Balls left. We are incapable of drawing supporter cards. So, what are you gonna do? Back to top deck mode. The mode that's what we love the most in this channel, apparently. My opponent does presumably top deck a Ball Compressor, and his last card in hand was, of course, the Sycamore. I would not expect anything less from my opponents. Absolutely anything else. Now he's gonna get the DCE, he's gonna get the Floatstone. He benches all 3 Phantoms and a Wofet. I mean, best case scenario, he didn't get an energy, but of course he did. At least we didn't get worst case scenario where he had the Floatstone and the DCE to start attacking with Gengar. So we get a safe turn where all we can do is Geomancy. Now, there's no point in powering up Shaymin, I think. I guess there is, maybe. But it's going to come to a point where if our Spritzes get KO'd, then I will not have any energy to power up Gardevoirs. So that's gonna be terrible, of course. That's why I guess powering up Shaymin is good, because we will be able to recover those energies and potentially attach them. My opponent does red card, which seems pretty bad considering I had nothing. I was doing nothing. And I get the Lysander to free myself from the item lock, but now I get no items, or no useful items at least. He Lysanders, but he's not gonna be able to attack unless his last card in hand is the Stadium. So that Lysander seems pretty dumb, and he actually concedes. What? That game was my opponent's game, 100%. Why would you concede? So we get a win, but I really think if my opponent had played it out and had been patient, he would have taken the win there, like 100% sure, because he was really far ahead. I mean, I don't know what his last card in hand was. I don't know why he used the red card, but I don't know. That's why, and now we're up against another Psychic deck, so Trevenant really being popular lately. Seems like people, I don't know. I mean, that's why, with all respect to my opponents in the PTCGO, no matter who you are, it's really hard to consider this like real testing because of what just happened, like in the previous game. It's really hard. Now I do mulligan, which is a bit unfortunate. With the Mega Turbos, we even have a chance to get a turn 2 Mega Gardevoir powered up, but that's not happened once, and I really don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, the odds of that happening are really low. And we mulligan once again. So that's 2 free cards for my opponent. We are going first, so I guess we have that going for us. We get a turn of items, I guess. And we do have Shaymin. We do have the Lysander to potentially give us a second turn of items. And we will put a lot of pressure with the Gardevoir. And see, this is a tell, because the message showing waiting for your opponent to select more basic Pokemon, that means he has more basic Pokemon, so you get a little bit of information off of your opponent's hand. Now I'm gonna attach an energy. I'm gonna play the Trainer's Mail first. I get the Spirit Link, which is definitely very nice and very fortunate. I'm gonna use an Ultra Ball. I'm gonna get rid of the AC and the other Ultra Ball. I think the right play here is to get a Spritzy or another Gardevoir. No, I'm gonna get a Spritzy, because Aromatisse is always useful. And I'm gonna use Shaymin to draw 5 new cards. Hopefully they're good ones. Energy are always good. We get another Spritzy. We get another... we get a Xerneas, but... now we have the Lysander to use more items, but we drew absolutely no items. Not even a Verse Seeker to recycle the AC and potentially draw more cards through a second Shaymin. So yeah, not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world, I guess. Ideally, my opponent would not get a turn to... like a turn 2 Trevenant break after the Ascension. That way, with the 20 damage from Life Leap and then 100 damage from Shining Wind, we could potentially KO the active Trevenant. Or I could use Lysander and try to mess his count that way. Now he's forced to Shaymin for only 2 cards. Gets a Trainer's Mail. So yeah, and he gets a Bursting Balloon. So now doing damage to the Phantom is definitely going to be counterproductive during this turn. Now, what I can do, the more conservative play, is to play my Stadium, attach an energy to Xerneas, and start getting energy into play, and I top deck the Mega Gardevoir, so that's definitely fortunate. This is definitely the better play now. I'm gonna retreat, I'm gonna promote Xerneas. I'm gonna save my Lysander, and I will Geomancy and attach to Mega Gardevoir and to Shaymin, because Shaymin has a higher HP and cannot be Lysandered for a KO like my Spritzys can. So if he does that, I just retreat Shaymin. If he KOs a Spritzy, I don't lose an energy, and if he doesn't evolve into Trevenant Break, I actually get a prize card. Or I could wait a turn and Lysander the Shaymin-EX for 2 prize cards, hoping to hit an energy off of the field. Now that counter Stadium definitely ruins my plans, because now if I attach an energy and pay the retreat cost, I'm gonna be punished because I will not have enough energy to KO the regular Trevenant. So once again, I need to top deck really badly, like stupidly badly. And he's gonna start piling up the damage. So I might be forced into another turn of Geomancy. But I reckon, and he gets the Trevenant break. I was gonna say, as long as I get enough Geomancies off, I might be able to do something here. I might. Rule number 1 is definitely to never attach the energy to the Spritzee though. Okay, so I do top deck another energy. I'm gonna attach it to Mega Gardevoir. And then I'm going to Geomancy. Hopefully there are 2 more energy left. There are. But okay, that's 6 energy total in play. That's important because 1, 2, yeah, that's 7 in play plus the 1 in my hand, that's 8. That means I can attach, retreat, and deal 180 damage to KO the Trevenant. And after I have Mega Gardevoir powered up so big, his bench Trevenant is not really too big of a threat because its max damage output is 60 damage. And I even have the Lysander in case he attaches a bursting balloon to KO the Shaymin to buy myself a turn, so, and to avoid that damage. So things are looking actually pretty good now, despite us losing both Spritzees. Despite that happening, and despite us having to pay a retreat cost. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. Not much else I can do, actually, based on my hand, because I did draw a ton of energy, which compensates for the lack of drawing anything else, I guess. And I do free a Spritzee off of my prize, so potentially good, I guess. Although, oh my gosh, are you serious? So I'm gonna be forced to discard all 3 cards in my hand, so no more Lysander, and no more Aromatisse in this match, and maximum of 2 Gardevoirs. But if I KO this Trevenant, my opponent doesn't have much else, and he's already played his supporter for the turn. So I'll be free to play supporters, I guess. Shaymin, oh wow, I top deck a Sycamore. It was due. Like honestly, I was due for a top deck. I will bench the regular Gardevoir, and I will do Brilliant Arrow and take myself a second prize card. Now I have a Lysander to potentially KO a Phantom. I benched Phantom, I get an energy of the prizes, I have the Mega Turbo, so even if Shaymin goes down and two of my energy go down with it, I will be able to get all 6 energy into play. Now he does bench the Phantom and attach an energy, so with this Lysander, I believe this should potentially make my opponent concede. If not, then props to him, but I'm just gonna get a ton of energy into play. A ton, to be able to KO absolutely everything, and I'm gonna do so much damage to that Phantom. 240 damage to Phantom with 8 energy in play. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. 8 times 3. Oh, it was actually 320 damage, right? Oh, wow. I guess we'll find out. And there's the win. So, as you can see, we actually managed to get a win here. Oh no, 240. Yeah, wow. My math was so off. So yeah, pretty surprising. We actually get 2 wins off of Trevenant. The first one, I think, would have definitely been a loss as long as my opponent like top decked out of the situation he was in, because we had absolutely nothing going for us. But this game, the lack of draw was compensated by the fact that we got a Mega Gardevoir EX up and a lot of energy into play, enough to one-hit KO the Trevenant break. So yeah, that concludes Mega Gardevoir week. Make of it as you will. I really like the deck. I do think it has potential, but I don't think Max Potion and Max Elixir are enough to make it tier 1. Like, it might be tier 1.5 because once you get going, like, it's really hard to stop, but getting going is the hard part, and there's other decks that are much more aggressive in the early game, which could definitely put a stop to your plans. So yeah, that will be all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching this Mega Gardevoir EX week, and I hope to see you next week, where I don't know what deck we're going to be using next, but I'm sure you guys will stay tuned to my Facebook page and find out eventually. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Monday. Bye bye.